Alright gang, welcome to a special edition of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's live stream. Yeah gang, that's right, live stream. Now for whatever reason, the title didn't carry over from OBS to YouTube. And tonight's title was supposed to be Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's live stream, special puzzles, secret codes, treasure, and more, and a viewer appreciation giveaway. Anyway, well that didn't quite happen, so there you go, that's the title. Anyway, gang, welcome one and all, and we'll check out who made it in. Hey, there's a North Jersey Detector. How are you? Mike Wolf, how are you? Reef, and Mr. Pickles. Jersey History Hunters, how are you? I hope you guys got your name tags on. Kane Beeping, how are you? And Digging Canuck. Hey, Liz. Oh, there's that card, Ken. Hey, Ken, how are you? And Rivendell Coins, how are you? Lincoln Central, how are you, Lincoln? And Flash in your pan, happy birthday, Flash. And I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough one tonight. We got Gone Digging going on at 8, and we got Flash going on at 8. I got it rigged, though. I got both the laptop and the phone prepared, and so we're going to try and catch them both. And also, too, later tonight, I believe Lemonhead Penny will be going on live, so if you want to do some bidding in your sleep, which is never a good thing, why, yeah, you got the opportunity for it. Tim Holmes, how are you? Fire Cajun, how are you? Metal Detecting Yorkshire, that guy. I tell you, York, I was planning at my desk at work the other day on some more of the 2020 UK trip. And anyway, guys, see who else we got going. And Strange, how are you? Dirt Monkey, how are you? And Kane, I think I might have already said. Yeah, by the way, you got outgoing mail going. And see who else we got. Finders Keepers, how are you? Roots Magoo. And just want to say welcome. Liddy No, just want to say welcome one and all. And I tell you what, this chat is just flying. Hey, Boss Girl, how are you? And Reef, I said Reef because we've talked about Mr. Pickles. And anyway. Again, welcome one and all, and hey, Willie, and John Isabella, how are you? And Coins for Amateurs, CFA, how are you? Well, anyway, gang, like I was saying, tonight we have the special edition of the live stream, and it's all Rivendell's fault. Anyway, gang, I tell you what, it's infectious, too. Everybody who I show that coin to, they get some sort of addicted to it. Even people who have absolutely nothing to do with numismatics, they'll start looking at it. And not so much they'll look at the coin, but I'll start describing to them the effects of the coin. And they want to know why. And I was like, well, I just asked you. And then they want to ask me. It was like, no, I asked you. That means you have an answer. If I had the answer, I wouldn't be asking you. And I tell you what, got a little bit of everybody involved. Now, I have to tell you what, I prepared this special show several days ago. And it's kind of already outdated. And I probably changed my mind about 4 times. So as we go along, I'll probably give you the updates as we go. Anyway, I tell you what, it's become addicting. I think we started a very horrible thing. Whatever. Hey, K-Watt, K-Watt, you're late. You need to fill out a slip and submit it to the office. Anyway, welcome. And see, I had to get my, I had to pick on you at least once before everybody else started to. So, PSPR, hey, how are you? And anyway, gang, here we go. All right. Well, hopefully, everybody has brought their thinking caps because, yeah, tonight you are going to need them. And one more thing, real quick, I was mapping out the shows for October, actually through the end of September and into October. The bathroom show, yeah, gang, that's right. The live stream from the bathroom will be coming up. I don't know if it's going to come up this next Tuesday or the Tuesday after. It all depends on Saturday, whether I can actually work on my mobile unit. And if I can, or even if I can't, I'm going to set up the other phone, and we will still do it, I think. It should be some great fun. But yeah, gang, the live stream from the bathroom is going to happen. And also, too, we have a historic site mapped out for, I believe it's the first week in October. No, it's not. I think it's the second or third week in October. I think it's the second week. But anyway, there's some great stuff coming up, and you just don't want to miss out on the bathroom live stream. And believe it or not, there is treasure related to the bathroom. It's horrible, because now I think about digging in the bathroom is just never a good idea anyway. But yeah, bathroom live stream is coming up. Anyway, gang, welcome to the special edition of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium, the only live stream that'll leave you with that itchy feeling, and you'll be glad for it. That's probably the silliest bit of nonsense I've ever said on a live stream. It was supposed to come off like scratching your head thinking, you know, and yeah, but that just not come out right. I got chiggers this past Sunday, so yeah, I got that itchy feeling. It's just not, I don't know. But anyway, is there ever a time that one is happy about being itchy? I don't know. I guess perhaps if you have an itchy palm, you know, if you believe that type of thing, where, you know, could mean that you're about to come into money. Of course, it could just mean you've gotten into the poison ivy. But anyway, gang, welcome again. Welcome to the special edition of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's live stream. And tonight we have broken away from our usual format, and we're going to call this a special. And if you folks happen to remember, on last week's live stream, we had a mail call from Rivendell Coins with a twist. And here, we're going to go ahead and show some stuff. You guys ready? Oh, wait a minute. Chigger! No. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And Rivendell Coins right there. Now, I tell you what, I've gotten some wonderful stuff all through the history of things. And occasionally, somebody will send me a puzzle or a brain teaser, and I tell you what, I was most appreciative of Riv of sending me a letter written in cipher. Like that. Now, we did show this during the last live stream, and I was telling some of you folks, if you were here, to go ahead and screenshot it, and if you couldn't screenshot it, I was going to send you a copy for you guys to work out as well. Now, anyway, this is a cipher. Not just any old cipher, but a Julius Caesar cipher. Now, the Caesar cipher is named, of course, for Julius Caesar, who used an alphabet with a left shift of 3. Basically, you're going over 3 letters. The Caesar cipher is named, they already said that, according to Suetonius. Basically, used it with a shift of 3 to protect messages of military significance. While Caesar's was the first recorded use of this scheme, other substitution ciphers are known to have been used earlier. And from what information I got here, they got different kinds of quotes about Caesar using the Caesar cipher. And basically also goes into some of the history of the Caesar ciphers, including secret decoder rings, like children's toys. And another unfortunate event in history, why there was a cipher scheme, let's see, in April 2006. fugitive mafia boss Bernardo Provenzano was captured in Sicily partly because some of his messages, clumsily written in a variation of the Caesar cipher, were broken. So, yeah, mob bosses, and also Rahid Karim in 2011 was convicted in the United Kingdom of terrorism offenses after using the Caesar cipher to communicate with Bangladeshi Islamic activists discussing plots to blow up British Airways planes or disrupt their IT networks. So anyway, this type of ciphers, they are everywhere. And again, I tell you what a wonderful, wonderful thing. I tell you what. Anyway, we're going to talk about that more in a bit. But anyway, gang, also inside that letter, why, there was also a Pee-wee Conquistador. You're actually looking at him. Oh, right down there. And, but there was also this real. And here, I'll kind of give you a sneak peek of it right now. That thing. Now, I tell you what. When I left work last Monday, as typical, I swung by the post office to gather the dreaded bills. You know, those horrid reminders of adulthood. Yeah, I had no bills, but I did have a package. Now, as soon as I saw the package, immediately I remembered Rivendell coins mentioning that I should have a package. Red letter day. Yeah, gang, that's right. A red letter day. A package instead of bills. So as soon as I got home, I smooched Sandy and announced what was in the mail and tore into it. Why, the first thing that popped out was the letter attached to a bit of cardboard and also a small envelope that you guys saw on last week's stream. The mini me Balboa down there. And half cent Balboa. And I tell you what, I am most tickled about it. Anyway, gang, greatly appreciative. But anyway, but then it was time to look at the letter. And I'll give you guys another quick look at it. Why, that letter, I tell you what, I began to immediately laugh and laugh, which prompted Sandy to want to look at it. And her quote was, "You guys aren't right." Anyway, I opened the cardboard, and very well packaged, by the way. So if you happen to purchase anything from RivendellCoins.com, shipping and packaging should never, ever be a concern. Anyway, when I got it open, inside of the flip was this real. And first and foremost, being a detectorist, I can't help myself. The first thing, instead of, consulting the book or anything like that, well, yeah, gang, that's right, I ran it under the metal detector. So anyway, even before working on Riv's letter, I went and got my metal detector from the other room. I propped it up on the grandkids' high chair. Well, they weren't using it at the time. And, well, who am I fooling? Even if they were using it, why, they can help steady the machine. Hang on to it right there while, dear old granddad was monkeying around with his metal detector. They're helpful that way, sometimes. Anyway, I had my lovely assistant pass the coin by the coil of the machine. And it was a steady 88. And I thought that was kind of odd. I was expecting a higher number than that. I thought she would for sure peg a 90 every other time, and if not, slightly above. But anyway, gang, typically, a coin of this size, about the size of an American silver $half, should peg 90. And at the time I was really looking at it, I was noticing some, what appeared to be, anyway, environmental effects. Damage. The other thing that was striking some curiosity was a toning thing. And I'm going to give you guys another good look at it so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Now, I'll give you a front and I'll give you a back. And this is actually the real. And as you can see, there's some odd bit of green toning, and it kind of made me think of actually the solution to the stream, actually the video of Rib's last packages I sent him. So anyway, gang, the toning was highly curious. I mean, after being environmentally influenced, green-colored patina. So at least I was assuming then, anyway. How does a coin tone, after all? And after that, I tell you what, I kind of let the matter go temporarily. The closest thing to the 4 reals in my possession was a Walking Liberty half I pulled from the marshes. The acidic marshes. And let me repeat. The marshes, the acidic marshes. Oh, I didn't realize how much this was going to reflect. Well, anyway, gang, that there is a Walking Liberty half I pulled from the marshes. Acidic marshes. Must be important. You said it over again. But anyway, this half was not found in the surf, but was exposed to the salt water while being suspended. Suspended in salt water while in acidic marsh in peat. And I'll tell you, it has equally affected the obverse as well as the reverse. So anyway, gang, basically too, this is also not typical if you would detect one on a sandy beach with minimal wave movement, but basically with the same degree of salinity of water. Now, for you folks that have been watching Rivendell coins and the first in the series of the mystery coins, that, gang, is the answer to the Mercury dime. One was found in the marsh, and the other a very sandy beach with minimal wave movement. Acidic peat. And anyway, gang, so this damage that you see here to the Walking Liberty half is basically the same, not as much, as the Mercury dime. Mercury dime, if you remember right, was rather a little worse for wear. And the grade, well, I tell you what, both were environmentally damaged. There is no grading that coin. And I believe the first person I saw that was extremely close to the solution, if I remember right, was Al. Al's Oldies and Goodies. And I tell you what, if I was going to go on a treasure quest, I tell you what, I would like to have Al's brain along. Anyway, gang, back to the real. So I dug out from my folder my beat-up Walking Liberty half. And let me tell you what, gang, this coin as well, that evening, pegged 88 on the target ID number. So that was kind of a shocker. It wouldn't really explain, because obviously the real is not as damaged as the Walking Liberty half. But anyway, could that be the answer? I don't know. It was too soon to tell. Could the 4 real be that bad? Is the date visible on the Walking Liberty half? Yes, at least it was. It was 40, I think it was 45. Actually, you're not going to be able to see it in the coin cam. Maybe. We'll give it a whirl. No, I don't think we're going to do it. I remember when I first pulled it, you could just barely make it out. Anyway, gang. Now, anyway, enough of that. I set it aside and took up the letter. Now, having just have gotten home from the day's toil I still had other things to do. So basically, I carried the letter around with me while doing menial tasks and ciphering the letter. While carrying it around, I studied carefully the doubling of letters, repeated letters and words, and actually pieced a good deal of it together without the key. Now, Riv was generous enough to supply the key, and with ciphers you find out there, sometimes the key is missing and you have to deduce the key from a set of clues, and that is if you're lucky. Sometimes the key is not provided at all. Or how about the key changes with each letter? Yeah, gang, that's right, the code. Codes that will change with each letter of the cipher. And yeah, gang, that's going to take us right on down to talking about the Enigma machine. That doodad. The Enigma machine were a series of electromechanical rotor cipher machines developed and used in early to mid-20th century to protect commercial, diplomatic, and military communication. Enigma was invented by the German engineer Arthur Scherbius at the end of World War I. Early models were used commercially from the early 1920s and adopted by military and government services of several countries, most notably Nazi Germany, before and during World War II. Several different Enigma models were produced, but the German military models having a plug board were the most complex. Japanese and Italian models were also in use. Around December 1932, Marian Rejewski, a Polish mathematician and cryptanalyst, while working at the Polish Cipher Bureau, used the theory of permutations and flaws in the German military message encipherment procedures to break the message keys of the plugboard Enigma machine. I don't know, but I think that was a run-on sentence. Rejewski achieved this result without knowledge of the wiring of the machine, so the result did not allow the Poles to decrypt actual messages. The French spy Hans Philo Schmidt obtained access to German cipher materials that included the daily keys used in September and October 1932. Those keys included the plugboard settings. The French passed the material to the Poles, and Rejewski used some of that material and the message traffic in September and October to solve for the unknown rotor wiring. Consequently, the Polish mathematicians were able to build their own Enigma machines, which were called Enigma doubles. Rejewski was aided by cryptanalyst Jerzy Rozdilski and it should be Henry, but it's not. It's Henryk Zagowski, both of whom had been recruited with Rejewski from Poznan University. The Polish Cipher Bureau developed techniques to defeat the plugboard and find all components of the daily key, which enabled the Cipher Bureau to read the German Enigma messages. Over time, the German cryptographic procedures improved, and the Cipher Bureau developed techniques and designed mechanical devices to continue reading the Enigma traffic. As part of that effort, the Poles exploited quirks of the rotors, compiled catalogs, built a cyclometer to help make a catalog with 100,000 entries, made Zagowski sheets, and built the electromechanical cryptological bomb to search for rotor settings. In 1938, the Germans added complexity to the Enigma machines that finally became too expensive for the Poles to counter. The Poles had 6 bombi, but when the Germans added 2 more rotors, 10 times as many bombi were needed, and the Poles did not have resources. On 26th and 27th of July 1939, in Warsaw, the Poles initiated French and British military intelligence representatives into their Enigma decryption techniques and equipment. And anyway, gang, the rest of this is basically prologue. And yeah, gang, we actually had a machine, almost an early form of computer, making up codes and whatnot. And we're going to try and catch up with chat. Sorry about this, guy. I'm trying to make sure I squeeze it all in and that we're done. Hey, speaking of which, there's the devil himself. Go on digging. Hey, Judy Earl, how are you? And yeah, I was actually just going to try and give your show a plug. You got Quarter Hoarder coming on, which we all don't want to miss. And anyway, gang, I tell you what, when we're kind of done with that gobbledygook article, but basically, Enigma Machine. And we're going to go back and talk about the letter. And anyway, I did have to result in sitting down and using the key to finish ciphering out that letter. And now, before I read it, basically, did anybody in chat actually decipher it? Did you guys actually, anybody solve it? And if you did, wonderful, wonderful. And if you didn't, guess what, gang? You're about to hear it. This coin has been in my collection, and now it is yours. However, you must now conduct some research to solve its mystery. As you can see, this is a 4 reals. However, I question its authenticity. Can you see why? It is an authentic coin, and that it is... Oops, wait a minute, I missed something here. If it is an authentic coin, you will have another real for your collection. If it is counterfeit, then you will have an interesting conversation piece. All the best, and have fun. Anyway, gang, that there was the K-Watt's dog ate my... That darn K-Watt's dog. Ah, congratulations, Hoosier and Jordan. Anyway, gang, so that was the premise of the letter. Basically, here is a coin for your collection, and Ray wants to know if you can figure it out if it is real or if it's counterfeit. And we're going to give you another look at the coin again. That is if I can find it. Ah, there it is. And so, gang, what do you think? Do you think that coin is real, or do you think that coin is counterfeit? So anyway, after reading that letter, I tell you what, something must be amiss with this real. And I tell you what, many, many thanks again to Rivendell for sharing this gift. Oh my goodness, well, I kind of did a little bit of research. The 1808 King Charles, or Carolius, and yeah, gang, I wind up having nightmares about some guy, basically hollering at me because I kept calling him Carol. But anyway, Carolius the Fourth, okay, is minted at Potosi in, well, now it's known as Bolivia, but back then it was known as Upper Peru, and this is supposed to be silver, 0.896, the finest, and the weight, yeah, gang, the weight is supposed to be 13.54 grams. Now, the mintage was 102,000. Now, there's also an overdate variety that does exist. And two, gang, by the way, realis, or real, is basically Spanish for royal. But anyway, anything that gets me into the books, I tell you, I love it. Now, I did check some references about the coin, mainly to... the first thing that strikes me about any kind of counterfeit, they'll usually either get the president wrong, if you're talking about paper money, or they'll get the reigning king wrong. And in 1808, I did have it stuck in my head that we should have had Ferdinand. And because basically Charles the Fourth here died. How dare he? And so my eyes went straight to the date. Now, they still had the Drum wants to see the edge. Absolutely, Drum. We'll get some stuff out of the way. And we'll see if we can't get that to focus. How's that, Drum? You got it? So anyway, gang, my eyes went straight to the date, and they did have King Carol on that coin for 1808. They did start in 1808 with the 8 real for Ferdinand, but as far as I know, I think the 4 reals, they were still with good old King Chuck. So basically, right sovereign so far. But again, gang, like I said, my eyes never left that date. And I tell you what, with that date there was a couple of things that kind of hung around with me. The font of that 8 just didn't quite seem right. Now, if you guys want to see some other examples of an 1808 real, we got some. No matter how much I tried to explain the difference, I realized where my assuredness was beginning to lay. I tell you what, between the odd green color and the date, I was leaning more towards counterfeit. Now, like I said, I did this a couple of days ago, kind of gave myself a little sketch as far as what my opinions were and whatnot, but I didn't stop working on this coin until about maybe an hour before the live stream. And I had all kinds of different... I even had a technician in a lab looking at it, and we'll get there probably in a little bit. Now, typically, the 8 reals was the most common forgery. And now here I have a 4 real. Believe it or not, yeah, gang, in regards to collecting counterfeits, there is a market for them. I was kind of shocked when I began to delve into this topic. Some of the older counterfeits meant to trick the Asian market go for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Basically, sometimes even more than what some of the genuine reals are valued. I think this is just completely unbelievable. So anyway, gang, this real, in my opinion, as of this time, is counterfeit. Now, this was my opinion the other day, and I tell you what, as of early this morning, I was bouncing back and forth, and I'll tell you guys why. I had a couple of different people also looking at this, but we're going to finish going through this, and I'll tell you what made me kind of ping-pong back and forth, and we'll get there. So anyway, fake. And at the time I wrote this down, I was about 80% sure that this was fake. And but again, I think I kind of eclipsed it, because I did get a text message back from the technician who was looking at this coin with me. And we'll keep going from there. But anyway, this green patina, it was bothering the crap out of me. Green. It's not black. And also, too, you'd see some of this rainbow-like toning underneath the green patina. And at first I was thinking to myself, it's got to be a copper base with a nickel overlay. And I don't know, I kept sticking to that, and I couldn't shake it, I couldn't get off of it. So I thought, why not do a test? And the test was actually inconclusive. Uh, I couldn't actually determine what it was. There had been at least a slight amount of silver in it, believe it or not, or it could be actually an overlay. But so anyway, I started thinking of different things, that was going green. I kept thinking back to my Walking Liberty that I pulled out of the mud, and I also thought about the color of my large scent. I'll show you guys in the. It's probably one of the better conditioned large scents I've ever dug, and I don't know if you guys make it out or if the light is too bright. But again, we've got that green patina. Now, whenever you're dealing with counterfeits or fake, once you discount something, you can never really go back and recount it. And I kept making that mistake with this coin. I should have always stuck with the font of the 8, the numeral 8. And if you guys want to see an 1808 8 real from the Mexico City Mint. Now this is absolutely the genuine deal. We'll give you a look at that. But anyway, I kind of really got it stuck in my head that this coin was disingenuous. And I couldn't get off of it until I started talking to one of the lab technicians. And I asked him, what's on this coin? And he got very interested in it. And I think I was talking about a couple of different people this morning. When I was talking to the lab technician, I was cheating. I wasn't doing this all by myself. Anyway, so I was talking to the lab technician, and he was extremely excited to see it. Oh my goodness, after all, this is not something that he sees every day. And this particular technician wanted to know more, wanted to know where it came from, and etc. And we gave him some background information. And then he wanted to take a sample of it. Anyway, gang, well, he wants to take a sample of it. So I asked him, how would you do it? And he says, well, I need to take some of the patina off of the coin. I know Rib is probably pulling out his hair right about now. No! Anyway, let me tell you what. By that time, I was almost certain of its forgery. So anyway, I gave him permission. And I tell you what, probably about an hour before the show started, he wanted to know how or why or if paint should be on this coin. So that's probably kind of my little I don't even want to call it my little. That's where that's the hook I'm going to hang my coat from to actually say yes, this is actually disingenuous. And but again, from what time period or etc., when was this forgery made? A couple things did run through my head. Was it a souvenir coin? Was it a oh, by the way, too, while in the lab we did weigh it. I did not own a scale, which is going to change here soon. But while in the lab we also weighed it. It was close, but it was underweight. His little, of course, it could be from many different things, but we didn't like the weight of it either. But anyway, gang, I tell you what, with some eventual searching of the internet, we may be actually be able to find recorded brothers to this coin. And also, too, something else I'm kind of been holding back. Also, too, found this. This here is a counterfeit real die. And Ah, I know you do, Ken, and guess who I'll be calling about them. Anyway, gang, this is a counterfeit real die, and it's an 8 real. A fellow by the name of Jay Priest actually owns this, and I'm trying to remember what year he told me this was. It was in the 18, I think it was 1820 something. I do have it in an email, which if you guys are interested, I'll forward to you. So anyway, gang, I hope you guys had some fun with this. I know I did. I'm still having fun with it because I have messages unanswered to the technician. He wants to know the rest of the story of the coin. Actually, I started talking to him about the letter, and he wants a copy of the letter, even though it's already been solved. I don't care. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the answer unless he's watching. I don't know. He might be tuning in by now. But anyway, gang, so I'll forward him the copy of the letter, and let him solve it and get in on the case of the coin. But again, thank you, Rivendell Coins. I tell you, it's a great deal, amount of fun. I can't wait to see where it goes next. I'll probably actually do a little bit more on it, kind of like the final say after I get some reports back from him. And that'll probably be a couple weeks or so. Also, too, in a couple of weeks, there will be a package delivered to Rivendell Coins. And just to give you guys and Riv a heads up, the key to Riv's cipher, to his letter, basically you're going to need a sailor, a Frenchman, and a deceased Italian mason to basically solve the upcoming letter. I tell you, great fun. Anyway, I'm going to try and catch up with chat. And that's all I got for this coin for now. And like I said, I'll probably do a recap in... I didn't like the fact that it was underweight. I didn't like the ring that it produced. And I see, we were on the same page then. And, yeah, I tell you what, Riv, when he told me it was paint, you could have almost knocked me over. And he actually showed me a brush stroke under his microscope. Now, the lab guy, of course, he's a lab guy. He's got microscopes. We were watching insects crawl across that, little amoebas. No, not really, but yeah, he can actually detect brush strokes along the rim of the coin. Anyway, try and catch up with the chat. Drum, how are you, Drum? And I hope I mentioned this before. I got a major mail call. Probably I'm going to do on Saturday. I may be going live on Saturday, early Saturday morning, to basically do some testing. And there's one project I've always wanted to try. So if you're up early Saturday with absolutely nothing to do, why, do tune in. And it won't be my usual format. It'll be something a little different. Early Saturday morning. Hopefully the kids will have gotten you up out of bed. And, hon, I do have Ken's email if you need it. And, okay, well, haters gonna hate, Yorks. Oh my goodness. I think collecting forgeries would be cool. Liz, I think I want to start after I kind of stop getting the real reals. I love saying that, real reals. And I think my next target year is going to be 1783 Mexico City Mint. And basically get all the denominations. Oh, speaking of reals, there's one thing I did not show. At least I don't think I did. There's some wonderful information about the reals out there. Like that chart. Basically, it's a chart, and in Spanish, and basically noting the differences in size. Oh, well, that's another thing, Rib. I think we were just shy under the diameter of the real. What time on Saturday? I haven't the foggiest. I'm going to shoot for probably about 9 o'clock. Part-time detector, how have you lived without a scale? Always borrowed my mother's. You know, she used to do the Weight Watchers thing, so you know, she had her little food scale. But that's actually very inadequate. That does not do the trick. So anyway, gang, that was a break in our format. You know, it's not really our typical show. We didn't do the weekend recap. We didn't do the mail call, which will be coming up probably on Saturday. If not, I'll catch up with everybody on next Tuesday. Like I say, I got stuff from Drum. I got stuff from Kane. No, I don't have stuff from Kane. I got stuff going out to Kane. And, oh my goodness, and Hoosier. Oh my goodness. But it's stuff that I want to make sure I spend some time on, and I don't want to rush through it. Otherwise I do it now, but I don't want to rush through it, and actually want to take time and do it the right way. But let me tell you what, gang, whatever you send me is always appreciated. And I tell you what, this coin that Rib sent me, even if it is what it is, it will stay in my collection forever because Rib sent it to me. So that's the way I mean, when people send me some of the craziest stuff, and I wind up keeping it just because, you know. Anyway. All right. Well, I think we are going to... I keep watching the clocks. I know we got both. We've got Gone Digging coming on tonight. And like I said, we've got Flash in Your Pan coming on tonight with his birthday show. And later on tonight, we've got Lemonhead Penny doing his coin auction. And so we're trying to watch the time really carefully. No Afterglow tonight. Because, yeah, we'll be tuning into actually probably both of those shows. Maybe I'll split up equal time between the two. I don't know. You keep it forever. I'm sending a turkey drumstick. We'll put it in the freezer, Ken. In the handy bag. So, anyway, yes, indeed, gang. It is time for Rosie to rise from the depths of her lair. Wow, I like that. That's it. I'm stealing that, Liz. And, anyway, we'll wake her up from her nap. Hopefully she will not be too cranky, and we'll have her select a giveaway winner for this evening. Giveaway. All right, well, I tell you what, I was in a rush to get this show going. We've got, right down there, we've got the Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's First Aid Kit. It's portable. You can take it everywhere, just in case you get bitten by a badger. But that's not all. Of course, we'll include a pack of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's toilet paper. And we are also going to throw in an elongated coin. And we'll also throw in one of the fresh from the mint quarters that came from the World's Fair of Money. It's the Voyagers 2018 Minnesota coin. Here, I'll kind of show it. Okay, I can show it. Oops, upside down. So that elongated coin, Reiser Treasure Hunting Emporium's toilet paper, and also to the first aid kit. And let me tell you what, I think during the bathroom show, we will be giving away a truckload of Reiser Treasure Hunting Emporium's toilet paper, because I think it's only appropriate. But anyway, gang, we'll go ahead and we will wake up Rosie. And yeah, gang, you lurkers, heads up. You've got to get something in chat in order for Rosie to pick up that you're here. So do get something in the chat to, yeah, like I said, get Rosie knowing that you're here. And, hey, I see freak girl Amy Smith. How are you? And, hey, Rhino. Hi, Skippy. And, hey, there's Daryl. How are you, Daryl? Anyway, gang. Ferb der get a jamaga. Okay, Ken's talking. No, I don't know. I don't know that line. Rosie is a lurker. Rosie is a lurker. That little lurker, Rosie. And, why is that? There we go. Now we're cooking. So anyway, gang, we are going to go ahead and count down to 5, and we are going to let Rosie select tonight's winner. Anyway, gang, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang! Hey, there you go. Congrats, NA Lyman 24. You just won tonight's giveaway. And be sure, I think I already have your info, and so I'll probably send you an email. And congrats. I tell you what, Mike must have been slipping Rosie some WD-40 or something. I tell you, he knows a way to the gal's heart, at least robots anyway. And congrats to Mike. We're back. So anyway, gang, that is it. Now I'll tell you what, don't forget, like I said, tonight you got Gone Digging with the Quarter Hoarder. You also got Flash in Your Pan's birthday show. And then we've got, tomorrow night, I think you may have Amy. Amy, if you're going live, please throw it down in the chat. And also, too, tomorrow night, I believe Mantic Coins will be on for Mantics Anonymous. And also, too, then again on Thursday, we got Off the Cuff with Liz, Digging Canuck on at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. And then on Saturday, you got Mantic Coins at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I got my papers are all in the way here, and I just added more to it.
Amy's going live from the car.
Live from the car, Amy. All right, if you guys want to watch a lady that lives in her car, be sure to tune in tomorrow to Amy's live stream, because she never live streams from anywhere but her car, so we're starting to think that she lives in it. We're going to buy her a pillow, one of those car pillows for Christmas. No, I'm just kidding, Amy. Anyway, also too, let's see, did I mention Coffee with Liz? Be sure to tune in for Coffee with Liz on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. What a grand time. And then Sunday night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, you've got that guy, gang, that guy, Ken Peavy, with the big show. Probably the biggest coin giveaway on the internet.
I'm scared.
Anyway, but it's a great time. I tell you, it's a YouTube viewer-sponsored giveaway, and always a good time. Good time in chat, good time with giveaway. But anyway, gang, that's all we got, and be sure you check out one of those shows. And do have a good night for everybody. And again, we'll probably pop on Saturday morning, probably around 9 o'clock or so. And that is all we got. I'm going to try and catch up with chat just a little bit. I can't remember who said it, but I laughed. Cardamom detector. Cardamom detector? Cardamom detector? And
she has a surprise. I'm scared.
who?
Amy says she has a surprise. I'm scared.
Uh-oh, Amy has a surprise. And canceling cable since live streamed so many shows. I tell you what, we've been without cable for about 4 years now. Don't miss it at all.
Car time detector.
Car time detector. I like that. That's good. That could be a new channel name. Let's see. Freak Girl Amy Smith. Is that irritable bowel syndrome you're using? No, is that OBS you're using? I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Or is it? I don't know. I'll send you a note as far as what this is called. Don't let me forget. Anyway, gang, don't forget, there was some great programming coming up tonight, and don't want to miss it. And again, we'll see everybody on Saturday, and then we'll see everybody this upcoming Tuesday. Same channel, same place, and we'll be back to the format, but we may be in a different room. Yeah, that's right, maybe the bathroom.
Part-time parking.
Part-time parking, I like it. Anyway, gang, have a great night, and we'll catch you over the weekend and next week. All right, gang, have a great night. Take care. See you around.